Hey guys, welcome back. So we are getting ready to start classical conversations for the year, and I wanted to show you how I have been preparing and organizing our CC materials. Now this is our first year with CC. My oldest is 5, and so we're doing kindergarten, and so this is brand new to us, the whole homeschooling thing and the classical conversations thing. So I'm not an expert. This is not based on years of experience, but this is just what we are doing for the first year to try to get started, and then we'll see what do we like, what do we not like, that kind of stuff. But I thought it might be helpful as you are preparing or organizing to kind of see what I've done. So first of all, there are a couple of things that you have to buy from Classical Conversations itself, and you can see I did a video of my haul whenever I ordered all that a couple of months ago. I will link that so you can see, but you will definitely want to get your foundations guide. You need a tin whistle for one of the fine arts sections, and I also got the maps that are place mats that they can write on because my kids are so little. I have a 5-year-old who is officially in CC, a 3-year-old who is not, but wants to do everything Big Brother does, so he will be doing a lot of this stuff along with us. So anyway, so those things are things you'll buy from Classical Conversations, and you can see that video separately, but I want to show you what I'm doing in addition to that. Okay, so the first thing is with the guide. So this was purchased from CC. This has all of your information, all the memory work, all the everything for all 3 cycles. So this is all you need, and you reuse it every single year, and it's just broken into cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3. So I bought these tabs. They're these cute little polka dot tabs that I purchased. Walmart has them. You can also get them on Amazon, and I will link that below. And anything that I bought from Amazon and can link below, I will, so FYI. Anyway, so I bought the tabs, and it worked out perfectly because they were tabs that came with 3 colors. They had pink, they had purple, and they had blue. So I just tabbed everything that was cycle 1 with pink, everything that was cycle 2 with purple, and everything cycle 3 with blue. So I can easily flip to the different stuff, and I tabbed like the memory work and the maps and information about presentations and fine arts and all that kind of stuff. Now, some people choose to just tab 1 cycle at a time, the one they're currently in, and then at the end of that cycle take those tabs out and re-tab for the next cycle, but I just wanted to go ahead and do it and get it done, and I can easily tell that purple is this cycle, so I'm not going to be like having to search through a million tabs. So that is one thing that I did, and there are some papers that have been shared in the Classical Conversations Facebook group and also on CC Connected that tell you like where to tab, but I didn't necessarily follow what everyone else did. I just tabbed the stuff that I thought I would want to access. So speaking of CC Connected, that is a subscription service. It's Classical Conversations Connected, or CCC. Different people abbreviate it differently, but it is a file sharing group, I guess. There's actually a lot you get with your CC Connected subscription, but the biggest thing that I've really loved is there's a big file sharing section, and parents who make worksheets or whatever will upload it to CC Connected, and then it's free for everybody else to download. Well, CC Connected itself is a $6 a month subscription fee. You can subscribe to it all the time, or you can subscribe to it for 1 month at the beginning of the year and download all the stuff and then cancel it. So it's only that one $6 a month you paid for. But you have access to all that stuff. So most of the stuff I'm going to show you came from that. I didn't create any of this stuff myself. I just got it from other people. Okay, the next thing is the timeline cards. So I bought all of the timeline cards. I do not have the scientist cards or the artist cards yet. We'll probably get those later, but I did want to get the timeline cards. So I got this box. It's a Sterilite box. It came from Hobby Lobby, and I like it because it has a handle and a lid. But the cards fit perfectly in there, and as you can see, I have them tabbed with like whatever these divider things. So I bought these dividers off of Amazon. I'll link it below. There are 30 of them. Well, we have 24 weeks of CC, so it was perfect. They're their exact size for the timeline cards, and so I put like behind number 1 are the 7 cards for week 1. Behind number 2 are the 7 cards for week 2. So I divided out the timeline cards with what we'll use up through week 24. And then I have the extra weeks in the back. And then as we add the science and the composer cards, those kind of things, to our collection, I can put those behind number 25, 26, etc. So that is set, so I can easily grab that week's timeline cards and hang them up, which I'll tell you about that in a second. But then the whole box is easily transportable. Some people like to put these in 3-ring binders, in page protectors, but that was pricey, and also I didn't want to be pulling the cards in and out all the time. So I just liked this better as our solution for our family. Okay, the next thing I put together is a Flipbook. So this is all from CC Connected, the files are, and there's a bunch of different Flipbook options on CC Connected. They're all really pretty, some are really minimalist, some have a lot of color, but I chose this one specifically because most of the others are PDFs that you'd have to print at home and cut each of the little papers out. This one was already as JPEGs, so I was able to send them out as pictures and have them printed as pictures, so I didn't have to do any cutting at all. I just submitted them to Amazon, is where I've never printed from Amazon before, but it was so easy. I just submitted them to Amazon and they printed them and sent them to me, and as soon as I got them in the mail, I just stuck them in the card. So what this is the weekly memory work that has been condensed into a 4x6 card with a map and a 4x6 card with the rest of the memory work on it. And every single week has been done for you. And you put it inside this, what are these little photo book things? And so it's really good, portable, on the go type thing. Now, I don't know how much we'll use this because my oldest is 5, he cannot read, so it's not like he's gonna be able to hold this in the car and flip through it and practice his memorization or anything like that. But I went ahead and did it anyway because it was inexpensive, and I thought even though he can't read, he would love to hold it and just look at it and look at the maps and like pretend that he's reading. And so I thought, why not? Like, he will love to get to play with this. So the photo book came from Dollar Tree, so that was $1, and then it cost me $5 to print all of the prints for the memory work, so $6 total, not bad at all. There's other places that sell the photo books, but they are not big enough. Like Walmart and Target sell them, but they're not gonna have enough pages to fit all 24 weeks. So if you have a Dollar Tree, try to get it there. If you don't, there's also some on Amazon that you can purchase that are the exact correct amount of pages. So I'll link those below if you don't have access to a Dollar Tree. But it's perfect because it fits exactly the 24 weeks. And then I had a little bit of, I put the multiplication tables on the back and a little cover photo. And so all this stuff that I'm sharing from CC Connected, I'm gonna share the usernames of those people so that you can get on CC Connected and find the exact stuff that I'm talking about on here. All right, the next thing is something called Fridge Facts. And again, that is the memory work that has been kind of condensed into one 8.5 by 11 page. This is a little different from the Flipbook because the map is smaller, but this has the timeline across the top. So your 7 timeline cards that you would be working on, those are listed across the top. So what I did with these was I printed these out at home and then laminated them with my laminator, and then I hole punched them with a 3-hole punch, and then put these little rings on just 2 of them so we can flip through. So there's like week 1, and then flip it over, there's week 2, week 3. Some people get these sent to like Office Max or Staples and laminated and then spiral bound, but I didn't want to fool with that. I just did the little jump rings or whatever these little thingies are called. So again, like, I don't know how much we will use this, being it's our first year and he's only 5, so we're not gonna be pushing a ton of memory work, but they're cute and they're good and portable, and they may be something that, you know, he likes to flip through. So I just went ahead and made these as well. And again, I'll put the username that creates these down below so you can see all of that. Okay, so next is my file box. This is just one of those big file boxes that you can get at Walmart or Target. But what I did was I put folders for all 24 weeks And so as I've been printing stuff out, I just go ahead and stick it in the folder for that week, so that when we have week 1, I'll just pull it out, and I've already got worksheets printed out for my kids. And like the weeks later on don't have quite as much, but I have already printed some stuff, because some people share stuff that's through all 24 weeks, and so I was able to just print it all off at one time, stick it in there, and then we're good to go. I got some little activities from Target. There was like a little blow up galaxy thing, and anyway, I went ahead and stuck those down in the weeks that they belong to, because those fit in here too, and that way all my stuff is prepped and ready to go. So these are all things, almost all things from CC Connected. It's just coloring pages and like maps to practice on, and there's a little bit of copywork, that kind of stuff. You know, again, they're 5 and 3, so I don't know how much of this they will want to do, but they love to color and cut, and so I think they will enjoy a handful of worksheets. I'm not big on doing tons and tons of worksheets. You know, here's like color and cut his crown and put it on there. So they have a lot of things that I think for a 5 and a 3-year-old they'll really enjoy. So I'll share some of those usernames below, so that if you're looking for that age, you can see that. There's also, this was not on CC Connected, this was on somebody's blog, but they made these really cute little, I don't know what activities, but you print them out and you laminate them, and then Velcro them. And so like the first week was the days of creation, the second week was biomes, and so I went ahead and printed, cut, laminated, you know, 3 types of consumers. It's just a fun little game matching thing for your little ones to practice that week's science, and kind of be a hands-on fun activity. So, and that file folder will continue to fill up with stuff through the year. And then what I plan to do is, as they complete the work, put it back in that folder, and then keep it as like a file of what we've done. I will not keep everything, and we're not, in our state, we're not required to turn in a portfolio, but I will keep some of it. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it by week, and then at the end of the year, go through it, keep some of our favorite stuff, and then toss the rest, but that'll keep it nice and organized. Okay, and then the very last thing is our memory work wall. And this is really cool. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you what it is. Okay, so here is our memory work wall, and so I completely took this idea off of somebody in the CC Facebook group, and all of the printouts are from CC Connected, but what we did was used these command hooks to put them up on the wall, and I printed off the weekly memory work for each of the topics and put them in page protectors. I am a former teacher, and I am obsessed with page protectors, so I have a million from back when I was teaching. And so I've already pre-printed everything, and so it has week 1, and then I put week 2 on the back, so you can just flip it around, and that was not a good example because Bible is the same for week 1 and week 2. But the same holds true. There's week 2's map, week 1 history, week 2 history. So we have week 1, we flip it over to week 2, and then we take it off, and then we put on week 3, which has week 4 on the back. So they're already done. I've already got them in a binder. All of the memory work for the year is already put in page protectors and ready to go. All right, and then the timeline cards, these are also command strip clips. They're like clothespins, but they are command strips, so they stick onto the wall. And so we did 7 of them, so I can put that week's 7 timeline cards up there. So this is really a really good visual, and really easy to set up, and all of this is ready to go. So I'll just pull the week and flip it, or take it off and replace. Super easy. Okay, and so that is everything that I have prepared and organized for our first year of CC. We are so excited, and I know that as we get into this, we will figure out what works for us and what doesn't, and as he gets older, of course, we'll add on more stuff. But for our first year, trying to keep it pretty simple, but also playing around with stuff, I think we got a really good start, and we're ready to go. So I hope this was helpful as you are organizing and preparing for your year, and I hope you have a fantastic first year or second or whatever year you are of Classical Conversations.